What's going on, yo? Um, as you know, yesterday, May 19th, was the day of the primary elections in a few states around the country, including Alabama. And the Alabama gubernatorial race, both on the Democratic and Republican sides, had their candidates up to the test of the ultimate jury, the people of the state, to determine who they wanted to represent each party on the ballot in November. And the results were just as expected. Um, Despite Alabama having the chance to um, resoundingly turn away from the establishment and the deep state, they once again voted in favor of them. Something that is not typical in our state, but it's something that they chose to do again this time. Doug Jones won the Democrat primary, and Tommy Tuberville won the Republican primary. The latter defeating Ken McFeeters in his attempt to become governor of Alabama and restore food independence, virtuous education, and better medicine for Alabama. I am disappointed in the state. I am disappointed in the state. Can't say I'm surprised, but I can definitely say I'm disappointed. We had a chance to do better, and we didn't. There were 4 of the people candidates on each side. On the Republican side, you had Kim McFeeters and Will Sanavesi. On the Democrat side, you had Will Boyd and Chad Chick Martin, at least. Any of those 4 candidates would have been viable and would make for good governors. But the people decided they want to continue to go with the same old, and buy into Doug Jones, who's ate up with establishment, and Tommy Tuberville, who clung to the establishment very quickly within the last 6 years as a United States Senator, and whose qualifications to even become governor are questionable at best. I look at the lawsuit that Kim McFeeters filed that was dismissed on Monday, the day before the primary. I look at the reasons why it was dismissed. And then I look at, of course, the flight records, Tommy Tuberville. I look at the Carfax report. Everything that I spelled out in my blog post write-up over the weekend, I think on Thursday or Friday of last week. And I have no idea how you read all that and still decide that Tommy Tuberville is the way to go. I guess that enough people just didn't look into it, didn't care. And so when I write about Alabama's sports addiction in the state of Alabama, which you can read on alpolitics.com, that addiction is what led to this, I'm convinced. Not only Tommy Tuberville being a former football coach, but the people not educating themselves about everybody and them just going and voting for the name they've heard the most. If they'd have been educated about these things, I believe the results would have been a lot different. McFeeters looks to finish in second place and Sanavasi in third. I commend everybody who ran. And this goes to the Senate race, the Lieutenant Governor race, too. Both of those races are going to runoffs. Barry Moore versus Jared Hudson. And for the Senate, and then for the Lieutenant Governor race, John Wall versus Wes Allen. I don't know how the people didn't come out for Pat Bishop more. I thought he was going to be very far up there. But it didn't happen. But I want to commend everybody for running, and for all the For the People candidates. I want to let you know your effort was not wasted. There is a place for you in this state. And this goes for people both on the Democrat and Republican sides of the ballot. There's a place for you. You have shown the discerning people of the state of Alabama that you have value to provide for our state. In this hour, I'm disappointed in my state and its decisions that it made yesterday. Not all of its decisions, but these decisions in particular, to continue with the status quo and allow for Tommy Tuberville and Doug Jones to be the two options. There are two independent candidates running as write-ins, so I'm going to start looking into them. Ronald Burnett Jr. and Darren Knight, I think his name is. So feel free to look into them too. Despite my disappointment in this hour, I will never lose hope in the state of Alabama. I will never lose pride in the state. I will always feel hopeful. And that hope extends to this. Regardless, between Tuberville and Jones, whichever one becomes the next governor, I will wish them nothing but the very best. I will wish them a smooth term as governor. I will hope that they do very well. Tommy Tuberville told media yesterday in Auburn that he wanted Alabama to be the national champions, of the country. As far as states go, wants Alabama to be up there. I think we can all agree on that. I still think some of Tuberville's policies, not all of them, and probably not even I think I agree with Tuberville on the majority of things, I would bet. But there's a few that I disagree with him on. But that's natural. And, of course, more than anything else, I think his qualifications, again, are questionable at best. But should he become the next governor, I'm gonna have his back. Because that's what you should do as a responsible citizen, is have your leaders back. Doesn't mean you suck up to them and agree with them all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. But you have their back. And the same would apply to Doug Jones, too. Whoever the governor of my state is, I will have their back. We'll see what happens. Regardless, next year, when the new governor's installed, I'd be happy to help them out in any way. I don't know what kind of role I could help them out in, but anything to help make the state better. I haven't been getting involved in this race for myself. This is not me trying to get my way into the industry. This is, I care enough about my state, the state of Alabama, and I believe the state deserves more and better. So I want to get involved on that behalf. And so however I can help the next governor, I would be pleased to do so. So that's about all I got for now. I don't know what's next in this regard, but it will certainly not be nothing. There's the very distinct possibility that the Tuberville residency saga is still not over, that it will simply be taken on by a citizen or the Doug Jones campaign or somebody like that. And if that's the case, things are going to heat up even more than they already have. It's only going to get worse if it continues. So y'all stay tuned to that if you're interested. I certainly will. Y'all have a fantastic day and a fantastic week. God bless you to the state of Alabama, and thank you so much.